Ladies and gentlemen, we meet again towards Parashat Beha'alotcha, and we find it has an interesting name. The parasha is called Beha'alotcha. When you bring it up, bring what up? It's an interesting phrase if we're talking about lighting the candles. So the other words of lighting, lahadlik. Why Beha'alotcha? What is bringing up got to do with anything of this? And that Rashi is tries to explain in two separate ways. There are two Rashis in the beginning of this parasha, which I'd like to delve into together with you. First of all, the first Rashi says, "Lama nismacha parashat hamenorah leparashat hanesim." Why, after Parashat Naso, that all the tribes brought their presents to the Mishkan, and now the story of Aaron putting on the lights of the menorah. Because it says the Rashi, the three keshera'a Aaron chalukat hanesiim chalsha da'ato, because Aaron a Kohen was jealous. They all brought these wonderful presents. I haven't done anything for the Mishkan, and therefore HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives him to light the candles and tells him, Amar lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to him, Chayecha shelcha gedola mishalhem. Your contribution is greater than their contribution, that you light the candles. What is going on here? First of all, we have to understand the basic problem. Aaron HaKohen seems to be jealous of the other tribes that could bring presents, and he and his tribe didn't bring any presents, Shevet Levi. So first of all, what is this jealousy all about? We know that jealousy has never taken us to a positive place. We are against jealousy. The first jealousy was Cain and Abel, and the following jealousies were all over the Tanakh and all over the Bible, all over the Parshas. They're problematic jealousy. Aaron HaKohen, he's jealous. So we have to understand something very interesting. I heard once from Moriv Rabbi Avida Neventzah Shlita from Yeshivat HaKotel. And he says, well, we have two situations in the Torah where the jealousy is positive. One is those people who are Tomei and they could not do Pesach, came to complain to Moshe, we want to do Pesach as well. So he asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu said he used to do Pesach Sheni. And the second one was Benos Tzlafra. In Parshas Pinchas later on in the Sefer Bamidbar, that they say, anybody who's got a piece of Eretz Yisrael, we don't have a piece of Eretz Yisrael. We're jealous. And he asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, that's quite right. Why is the jealousy of these people who missed Pesach and those women who missed getting a part of Eretz Yisrael positive, and all the rest of the jealousy is negative? And the answer is, these were jealousies in ruchnius, in spirituality. Everybody did a Pesach. We didn't get to the spiritual experience of bringing a Pesach, so they got Pesach Sheni. Same thing with these women. We said we're all going into the experience of settling the land of Israel. Spiritually, we're going to be out of the picture. And therefore, since it's a spiritual, since it comes out of a spiritual type of that jealousy, that's okay. And same thing here with Aaron HaKohen. Aaron HaKohen, there's actually on a spiritual level, look, they all had a possibility to bring a wonderful present for starting off the Mishkan. And I didn't manage to give a present. And spiritually, I'm missing out. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu was saying, no, spiritually, don't worry. You have something special, and that is lighting the menorah every day. So that is the first issue. Second issue is what is greater in lighting the menorah than bringing the different presents? Says the Medrash, Shelcha le'olam kayemet. Yours, well, you have to do every day. For them, that was a one-time event that they brought this special donation for the Mishkan. But you're donating every day. You have to light the candles, and yours is an ongoing request, donation. We all know the difference between hammering in a nail and screwing in a screw. Hammering a nail, you knock on the head a few times, and it's in. And finished. And the screw, you have to turn it and turn it and turn it. And but what stays longer? The screw usually stays much longer than a nail does, because the screw has been done, has been tried again and again. So Aaron Cohen has, during Hadlokas Neros, lights these candles of the menorah every day and every day and every day. And therefore yours is greater than theirs, because yours is eternal. You continue doing it as long as there is a Mishkan, as long as there is a Beis Hamikdash, you'll keep on doing this. The Ramban even says you continue even after that, because it is the Hasmoneans who were from the family of Aaron Cohen, that because of that we light the Hanukkah candles. So there, when we light the Hanukkah candles, it's the continuation of this promise to Aaron Cohen. Interestingly enough, we have to understand, though, what is the whole issue of a candle. We know a candle is resembles. We have nothing in our world, in our physical world, that resembles a human being more than a candle. The candle has a wax, which answers to gravity, and that's the physical side of a human being. And then there is the flame, which doesn't answer to gravity, which strives up, which gives the warmth, which gives the light. And that's the neshama. And the neshama gives the light, gives the sense of humor, gives the love, gives all the spiritual attributes. And therefore, a human being is like candle. And therefore, when a person dies, we light a candle to remember him. Because the candle resembles a human being in the most beautiful way. And we see it as a copycat. We see, when we look at the candle, we see how the neshama, the flame, is sitting on the guf, is sitting on the body, and it's actually, there's a combination here. And that is the first part of the idea of the Rashi. But the second Rashi says, because the flame goes up, and therefore, then when you light it, we all know when we have a match and we put it on the candle. So we have to leave the match on the candle until the candle is independent. And that is a big message of chinuch. That's a big educational message that's being sent here, because he is from the Shevet of Levi. Aaron Cohen is from the Shevet of Levi, who are the teachers at Am Yisrael, and that's a most important attribute for teachers, that they put their candle next to the wick, another wick, and they stay there until the other wick is independent. We want our students to be independent. Independent learners, not just to learn whilst we're with them, but when you bring up these flames, that means you're bringing up, you're educating Am Yisrael. I'd like to end with the Sfas Emes, who has a beautiful insight here. It says, why is what you're doing so much greater than what other people are doing, or other people did? And he goes into the end of the pasuk where it says, "Vayas Cain Aaron." And that's what Aaron did. It's an interesting, which should be Vayas Aaron. What's the Cain? What is that? What is the idea of the word? Yes, he did it exactly as he was told. Of course, he did exactly how he was told. What is being told here? So they take us back to Bereshis. And Bereshis, we know the first day of creation, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the light. And then Rashi says that the light was hidden, the light of Bereshis was hidden, la'tzadikim la'atid lavod. It was hidden away for future tzadikim. Ha'or ha'geniz, it is hidden away. The light we have today is on the fourth day of creation, which is the sun and the moon. But the light of the first day of creation was hidden away. How does Rashi say that? Because every time HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates something, it says in the 6 days of creation, Vayhi chen, and that's the way it was, and that's the way it was. And when he creates the light, it doesn't say Vayhi chen, and therefore it didn't come into reality. So the first light didn't come into reality. So it's hidden. It's too good for this world. It has to be given to only unique tzaddikim in future. Says Sfas Emes beautifully. He says, Vayas Cain Aaron. Lighting the menorah wasn't just any light. He lit it from the light that was hidden for the tzaddikim in future. And he wanted to tell the human future. Therefore, he could light that light. He lit it from the Or HaGanuz, from that hidden light. And that's why it is Vayas Kain Aharon, to fill in the Vayhi Kain, the Kain that was missing on the first day of creation, is the Kain that is in our Parsha that shows us that actually he was Zeicher. He was Zocher to light the candles of the menorah from the Or HaGanuz, from the special light of the first day of creation. Wishing you all very good Shabbos. We should always be Zocher with our Talmidim and with our children to pass on the Torah in a way that they